What's up, guys? Welcome back to 1-0 on a Wednesday, which means it's a football podcast day. We're back, and as you would have seen by the title, the Bundesliga is returning. We'll talk about that. A few interesting questions. Should be a good little discussion. Big thanks for the support on last week's football podcast. We saw 81% were not subscribed. And I think like 61% of the viewers were from the UK. So big Newcastle United fans. And they heard us absolute donuts talking absolute rubbish, matey boy. So we'll jump into it. But before we do, make sure to like, subscribe. Like if you enjoy it, dislike if you absolutely hate it. Isn't that right? Fair enough.
Can't like everything.
Subscribe, just cause. But as we know, the Bundesliga announced that they're going to start end of May. What are our thoughts?
I'll back it. Get everything back to normal. Give the fans what they want. If you're allowed to play, why not play?
Well, like we saw. Do you think they should we saw PSG are being crowned champions. League One just said, we'll just put a line in the sand, cross it out. Let's do it. Do you think all European leagues should have followed that?
I think because obviously with the whole thing, Germany's obviously in a better place than France. So if Germany can still play and create money for the clubs through playing, then they should do everything to get back out there.
There's an advantage kind of like you look at surely like Bayern Munich obviously have more money than Union Berlin, like one of the lower teams, yeah. How does it surely it wasn't as fair. Like surely those players wouldn't have all the the fitness stuff at their homes compared to like Lewandowski, who's probably living in a $5 million man with his own gym. Does it create a more even level playing field because everyone's kind of in the same position, or does it just kind of remain the same? Just doesn't really matter. Bayern Munich probably going to win it anyway, so.
No, obviously for a team like Bayern it'd be easy just because, in terms of obviously the better fitness, but they got better second players, if you know what I mean. Like if Goretzka and Thiago's not playing, they can just bring in, I don't know who else, but you know what I mean. Like they got a strong 15, 16 set of players.
Well, I reckon there'll be more rotation of squads now. I think this will just be in general, just in all leagues. Those players,
they're allowing 5 substitutes now.
Yeah, players won't be as fit. I think we'll see, not like usual, where back-to-back, most starting 11s are the same. I think most of the time we'll chop and change a few players here and there, just because players will just be watching Netflix the whole day.
It could also disadvantage a team like Bayern because they're going to have to play Bundesliga and then Champions League games midweek. Now they're obviously going to go through the round of 16, but if they face a team like Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, they're going to have to put out 2 of their strongest teams straight away midweek, and then it gets disadvantage them on the weekend.
That's good. The Champions League, PSG's massive thing is that they haven't been able to do anything in Champions League with the team they have, the money they have, and they always fail to just pass the next line. Do you think it kind of has? I think they definitely would have been pushing for the League One just to stop, so now they can focus on Champions League as opposed to, as you said, Dortmund and then Bayern Munich now having both tournaments to worry about, and obviously after having all of this stuff, they've got players who won't be as fit, probably more injury.
Definitely suits it. PSG'd have to think would be one of the favourites to win the Champions League because every game for them they can just go 100%, 2-week break.
And the Champions League isn't back-to-back weeks.
No.
Could have a month off, and then which also could maybe not work in their favour because Bayern Munich could have that weekly, week in, week out match fitness. Comes to Champions League, it's just another game.
Yeah, but back on the Bundesliga, I think a team that could benefit is Dortmund because they're only 4 points behind. I think it's 9 games to go, and they're out of Champions League now. So they've got basically a cup final every single Saturday, Sunday to play.
The momentum would have, Dortmund would be coming back. They're going down to, it's pretty much like, it feels like a fresh season.
Mm.
Why can't we win all these games?
Yeah, for some of those players in that Dortmund team, like Sancho, that could be his last 9 games for Dortmund. Like, you just don't know. And even someone like Haaland, who's got high demand, especially from a lot of English teams.
Is this Sancho's last year?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but you're going to say he's going to Chelsea, aren't you?
Yeah.
He's on his way to Man United.
Yeah, the thing that Chelsea's got in their back pocket is a lot of clubs are going to suffer from this, and we obviously will, but did you ever play that sold for 100 million 12 months ago that you just got left over? Or?
No, but we're Man United.
Yeah, you spent 80 million on a centre half that could play third league.
I didn't fucking Maguire, like. And we got.
You can have him.
And we got Pogba. And then imagine Sancho on the right, Rashford up top, Martial. That's a cheap.
Still can't see him making top 4.
What? Top 4 next year? No.
Yeah.
Do you think Man United keep Pogba? Kind of getting a bit off topic, but doesn't matter. Do you think?
I think it's if Pogba wants to stay. I couldn't see a reason why he'd want to stay because he's not going to win the league. Probably not going to win the Champions League, and he could go to a club like Juventus, Bayern, Barcelona, Real, and have a lot better chance of winning.
Talking rubbish, man.
He could, if he wants another Europa League, he might stay. But
yeah. See, if the season was still on, Man United would be top 4 easy.
Not easy.
Because that momentum we had leading into this with Bruno Fernandes, filthy stuff, mate.
Well, good teams find a way, then we'll find out if you're a good team or an average team.
Well, since we've kind of diverted to the Premier League, sorry. Obviously, England is kind of one of the countries with absolutely copped it with COVID and all that. They're eager to start the season again. What are your thoughts on that? Should they just take a leaf out of France's book, avoid it? I feel like I know what you're going to say, but go for it.
I think scrap it. If you like Germany, you can play because it's a lot better, but in England, it's one of the worst in the world, so it's done.
I just don't want Liverpool to win the title.
But I've said this before, if you let Liverpool win the title, the bottom 3 teams have to go down.
And I saw today, of course, the bottom 6 teams strongly putting together that relegation shouldn't happen this season.
Yeah, it shouldn't, because the relegation battle's like absolutely incredible this season.
Which then obviously means that a championship, someone like Leeds, doesn't get promoted. Because if there's 3 going down, unless they make it.
Maybe you compensate a team like Leeds in the next season with like maybe plus 6 points to get them going, just to make it like, give them a bit of advantage because they were so like dominant.
I think that really, instead of 3 and just bottom, first from the championship goes in, bottom goes out.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever happens, it's just going to cause a bunch of debate anyways.
Yeah, and anything they do will cause controversy and stuff.
Yeah, unless you just let the team that's like top of the championship come up and have a 4-team relegation next year.
Yeah. Now, one league that has already been going on, the K-League, Korean League started last week because it's like a record number of viewers. And our Aussie boy Terry Antona's copped the red card.
Oh, he's doing his country proud.
I would love to see. And he's complaining. He goes in, proper 2-footed stud tackle, whatever you want to call it, in donuts, and just cleans the guy up, and he's complaining.
That's the Aussie spirit. Clean him up.
And they were all wearing masks on the sideline, not shaking hands.
And it's a bit of a worry.
Not interesting. It's not. But maybe for the Euros next week, everything will be back to normal.
Let's hope so.
The boys. And by the time you're seeing this, what day is it? Wednesday. the next podcast will be done together in the same room, back in the studio. Send in your photos if you haven't already. Chucking up one of these ones. Oh no, one of these ones are 1-0.
No, they're like us.
We'll stick it up on the wall. Because here where we are in Melbourne, you're allowed 5 people over. So now Matty Boy can come over to the studio and we don't have to be on Zoom anymore because we hate it. But you should still subscribe. Anything else, Matty Boy, you want to say? Anything?
No, are there any questions?
I didn't put it up, to be honest.
Oh.
So if you are new around here, make sure to like, subscribe. Every Wednesday is a football podcast. Every Saturday is a 360 podcast where we just talk the hot topics, trending topics, just talk a bunch of nonsense. Thank you for watching. Tell your mum, tell your dad, tell your donkey, tell your neighbour, tell your Bundesliga, tell your Marco Reus. Ivan Costa, next to me is Matty Boy Jr., the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Thank you for watching. We're out.